Good morning, children. Welcome back to our history class. Today I am going to teach you History, Chapter 8, that is, an idle ruler. Okay, children, let us start with a lesson. Introductions. Before the foundation of Swaraj, Maharashtra was under the domination of Adil Shah, Siddhi, Portuguese, and Mughal powers. Like this, against four powers, Shivaji fought and struggled. Shivaji Maharaj struggled against these powers. He faced all kinds of adverse circumstances. He founded an independent and sovereign Swaraj. He set up a system for the administrations of the Swaraj. He turned Swaraj into Surajya, a kingdom that sought the welfare of all. Maharaj created a new order with his capability. In the course of the conflict for the founding of the Swaraj, he himself had to face many grave dangerous events like the meeting with Afzal Khan, the siege of Panala, the attack of Shasta Khan, the escape from Agra, all involved a great amount of risk. Shivaji Maharaj emerged successful in all these events. No harm come to him. Okay, children, this is like this. A great Shivaji Maharaj founded an independent Swaraj in our country. Now, establishing of the Swaraj. In the establishment of the Swaraj, overcoming many adverse circumstances, Shivaji Maharaj founded independent sovereign Swaraj. That is his second point. He set up a system for administration that turned into Swaraj into a Surajya. He created a new order and a kingdom that sought welfare for all the people. He always thinks about the kingdom and welfare for the people. This is a great Maharaj work, establishment of the Swaraj. Now children, next our topic is organization of skill. Everyone know Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj management skills. We can't able to justify. Maharaj inspired the people around him to work for Swaraj. He organized skill were unparalleled. He commanded loyalty of his associates who risked their lives at the times while performing duties and took great care of them. Let us see what great care Shivaji Maharaj took against his friends. Okay, children, let us see now the next point. Now, next point is close associates of Maharaj. Some close friends of Maharaj about their work and great deeds we want to learn now. These close associates of Maharaj performed their duty even by risking their own lives. There are many instances of these in the foundation of the Swaraj. First, Jiva Mahila, who killed Bada Sayyid at a critical moment during the meeting with Afzal Khan. Now, next one, Shiva Kashid, who crossed the siege of Panalgarh in the disguise of Shivaji Maharaj. Baji Prabhu Deshpande, who blocked the advances of the enemy on the way to Vishalgarh. Murarbaji Deshpande, who defended the fort of Purandar. Like this, many of his good friends worked for the Shivaji. They sacrificed their life for the Shivaji Maharaj and saved his life and helped for the founding Swaraj. Shivaji Maharaj caring nature toward his royal friends. Many of his friends how whoever sacrificed their life in the battle, how Shivaji Maharaj helped them. Tanaji Malusari, who sacrificed his life while conquering Sinnagarh. Hiraji Farjanan and Madhari Mehtar, who risked their lives during the escape of Maharaj from the Agra, etc. For examples, Kanoji Jati was associated with Maharaj in the work of the Swaraj from the very beginning. When the aging Kanaji fell ill, Maharaj told him not to neglect his medicines or treatment of any account. Like this, he helped all of the good friends and loyal friends. Shivaji loyal friends who sacrificed their own lives for founding Swaraj. See children, in the first pictures you can see he is Shivakashit, Shivakashit, Murarbaji, Deshpande, Hiroji Ferdinand, Madhari Mehtar, Kanoji Jidde, like this. All is great and loyal friends pictures we can see. Now next our topic is caring for riot. How Shivaji Maharaj took the great care about the riot. Let us see children now. In the struggle with the enemies, the subjects suffered due to life the foreign invasion when the foreign peoples entered in our country. That time Maharaj took utmost care to protect his riot. He told Deshmukh to visit every village and shift people to a safe place down the Ghats at the time of enemy's attack. He also ensured that no one harm was caused due to the riot by his soldiers. Like this, sudden attraction of the enemy's invasions to our country. At the time also, Maharaj took great care about the peoples by shifting the peoples to guards in some places. Like this, he took more care about his riot also. Now, policy regarding the army. Children, Maharaj maintained a strict discipline in the army by paying the salary in cash to the soldiers and on time. He paid the army peoples exactly cash salary and in time. That also. Maharaj set aside the prevalent practice of paying salary in the form of jagir. Instead of giving jagir, he used to pay salary to the armies. It was a strict order that valuables collected during the campaign must be deposited by the soldiers with the government, whatever the salary of the army peoples while they are in the campaign. At the time they used to deposit their salary. Soldiers were honored for the bravery and looked after the families of those who died in battle. Those soldiers who bravely fight and died in the battle, for that family members responsibility will take by the Shivaji Maharaj. The enemy soldiers who had surrendered or captured were treated well by Maharaj. Other enemy peoples, if suppose captured in our country or surrender in our country, they also well treated. Like this, Shivaji Maharaj helped each and everyone by giving great protections, by paying correct salary and without collecting more revenue from the peoples and putting their salary in the bank account and helping the soldiers and when they died in the battle at the time helps the family members, the enemy soldiers who had surrendered or captured well treated by Maharaj. Like this, Shivaji Maharaj helped in each and every problems. Now see children, and the brave person who win the battle, for them he used to appreciate, song should be given and medal should be given to them. Like this, Shivaji Maharaj appreciated all the people. Policy of tolerance. Now let us see how the policy of tolerance helped in Shivaji's time. While he fought against the Islamic powers, he considered the Muslims in the Swaraj as his own subject. He used to respect even Hindu, Muslim, Christians. He used to give equal treatment to all the peoples. He followed a tolerant religious policy. He continued the facilities to the mosque in the conquered territory. Suppose any person related, any person belonging to Muslims at the time of the prayer or azan, Maharaj used to give them time and allow them places for the prayer. There was strict orders not to harm any mosque. There an order also placed like strict order not to harm any of the mosques. A copy of the Holy Quran that came into possession must be handed over to a Muslim with reference. If any of the Qurans or holy book were received, then that book should be properly handed over to the Muslim peoples. Like this, Shivaji Maharaj helped in many of the events. Now the next one, children. Now what the Shivaji Maharaj thought is self-confidence. Self-confidence provides strength. Strength gives power. Power imparts knowledge. Knowledge provides stability. Stability leads to victory. Like this, Shivaji Maharaj said to us, if confidence is there, strength automatically come. If strength is there, power will get. And if you put power, knowledge will gain. If you know, apply knowledge, stability will increase and we will lead to victory. Like this, Shivaji Maharaj given good ideas to all the peoples. Now next one children, the inter expansion of freedom. Now here children, next our topic is the inter-invention of the freedom. In this topic children, the inspiration of freedom. Maharaj established Swaraj to uphold the value of freedom. He did not accept domination of any other powers. He aimed at establishing and maintaining an independent and sovereign existence as Shivaji Maharaj don't want to be dominate with other people, don't want to work for the other people. He want every Indian should be free like a bird. So he gave the inspiration of freedom to all of us. Like this, Shivaji Maharaj helped in the case of inspiration of freedom also. And the next topic is our greatness of Maharaj work. Establishment of the Swaraj province that has to pioneer a new era. He was an intelligent and learned man. He was a blend of character and strength, nobility and value of quality and leadership, management, foresight, political diplomacy, commitment to truth and justice, alertness and diligence. Like all these qualities having our great Maharaj. Any misbehavior with woman attracted severe punishment. He treated all his subjects equally and looked after the welfare. He supported those who had converted into the religion but desired to reconvert to their original religion despite opposite to reconversion. He set aside the religious taboo. Religious taboo means what children? It is a like religious matter. In religious, he never used to interfere with that. Overseas travel by building Sindhudurga fort and establishing navy, he helped the religious people also. He wanted to give an ethical and qualitative base. So Swaraj, he was not just a warrior but a artist also. Sculptures means artist who strive to create an ethical and cultural society. He was a source of inspiration of of Indian struggle. Future generation will continue to look upon his work as an idol and source of inspiration. Shivaji Maharaj was a national great hero. Looking to all points, we can able to say as Shivaji Maharaj was a great national hero. Okay, children, this is the important points about the Shivaji Maharaj. So we can able to say with a proud our Maratha hero. He is Shivaji Maharaj. Our next topic is children acknowledgement leaders reformers. Now, many of the leaders has written a great deed about the Shivaji Maharaj. Let us see what they have written. Now, Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, he given description greatness in Pavadas. In Pavadas, he given great importance to the Shivaji Maharaj. Now, second one is Lokmanya Tilak. He was given the national awakening through celebration of Shiva Jayanti. Shiva Jayanti festival he organized in our country. So everyone a national awakening through the celebration of this festival. Lala Lajpat Rai, he said he wrote a book, Greatness of Maharaj. He written full book about the great work done by the Maharaj. Subramanya Bharati, he wrote an imaginary poem on Maharaj. Looking to the Maharaj, he made his imagination how Shivaji Maharaj may be. Like this big poem he written. Ravindranath Tagore wrote a long poem on Maharaj. Sir Jadunath Sarkar praised Maharaj in his book Shivaji and His Time. He written one full book Shivaji and His Time. How he sacrificed his life for the Swaraj. Everything is from the beginning to the end here. He has written in his book. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said Maharaj did not belong to Maharashtra alone. He belonged to the whole Indian nation. He was a symbol of many virtues, more especially of love of our country. Like this, each and every great leaders like Jyotira Phule, Lokmanya Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, Subramani Bharati, Rabindranath Tagore, say Jagannath Sarkar, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, everyone in his own words they explain the importance of the Swaraj and his great deed. And he wants future generation too will continue to look upon his work of Shivaji Maharaj of founding the Swaraj and turn it into a Surajya as a source of inspiration, as an idol of Shivaji Maharaj. So Shivaji Maharaj was a great national hero till we are following him. His great work we are learning through great work. Thank you children. Now we will meet with a new lesson.